Me and Spider-Man animated shows have always had a good history. To a point. Loved the 60s version, loved Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. The Shocker Earthquake episode was always one of my favorites as a kid. Honestly, I think this is an underrated concept and really introduced me to the idea of Spider-Man meeting other heroes, the bigger world of the Marvel comic book universe. Loved the 90s show. It gave a great foundation for Spider-Man. It inspired so much from the Raimi films to the Spider-Verse films. It also scarred me for life. Didn't mind Spider-Man Unlimited. It had a fun theme song and a cool suit.
Guess it's time for the world to get acquainted with the all-new, all-improved Spider-Man. This year's fully loaded model features nanotechnology, discreetly borrowed from the lab of Reed Richards. This scientific marvel features billions of microscopic robots working in harmony to make one spiffy set of duds, complete with optional anti-symbiote devices.
It also had a very interesting Green Goblin design. The 2003 animated series was cool. It also scarred me for life on multiple occasions.
What have I done? Hold on, Indy. Please, hold on.
Did anyone else think this was a continuation of Spider-Man 2002 when they were a kid? I was so confused by this series. Why does Harry look like this? Why does Peter sound like this? And this ending?
I don't want to cause any more pain here. I can't live with that burden any longer. So it's time for me to say goodbye, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man quit? Wait, that's it? The fuck? What's going on? Oh wait, there's more. Thank God. And Spectacular Spider-Man, which is the la creme de la creme, the best of the best, an expertly crafted show about one of my favorite characters with fluid action, a wonderful ensemble, and a story that was built to last seasons. But as good as it was, it got caught up in a corporate merger, and unfortunately, it did not return. I won't go into it here, but I implore you to look more into the future plans that Wiseman and co were cooking up for the Spider-Man universe. It sounded like a lot of fun, and I really hate that we missed out on all that. But hey, we got Young Justice out of it, so there's something. Upon this cancellation and the cancellation of other shows in the same ilk, Marvel Animation and I went on a bit of a separation. Most of the shows were being made to coincide with the movie releases and push those versions forward. And to be honest, fair. I get it. You want to get kids into theaters, or afterwards, those kids want to see those characters on further adventures. There were plenty of things like that as a kid that I liked. From MIB, or The Mummy, or The Tarzan Show, or The Little Mermaid. I liked a lot of those shows, so I get where they were coming from. But as much as I love the MCU, I do miss when we got to see alternate takes on characters instead of having this more homogenized look at these characters. And that was one of the beauties of the 90s and 2000s animation. We have so many versions of our favorite characters. I'm a big fan of the Ultimate line of Marvel comic books, current and former. Same with DC Elseworlds or Absolute or Black Label, where some of my favorite versions of characters lie. I like the idea of having an alternate story running alongside the main one. Bravo DC. And that's where Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man comes in. Originally pitched as the early years of Peter Parker's tenure as Spider-Man in the MCU, it switched to an alternate multiverse take where it's still his early days at Spider-Man in the MCU, but things are just a little tilted. Instead of Tony Stark coming to pick up Peter for the Leipzig Hale Airport, Leipzig? Leipzig? Which city is it? Leipzig or Leipzig?
Leipzig.
It's Leipzig.
Leipzig.
Instead of Tony Stark coming to pick up Peter Parker at the Leipzig Airport, Norman Osborn comes knocking to recruit Peter Parker as an intern for Oscorp Industries. His ensemble is different, with Nico Monroe, Lonnie Lincoln, Pearl, and other young Marvel characters taking the place of Ned, MJ, Flash, and others. Instead of Vulture, we get Otto Octavius bringing the Tinkerer role into full motion with a slew of augmented villains like Unicorn, Tarantula, Speed Demon, some Flamethrower guy, and the Deadly Scorpion. 10 episodes in and out with a laughably rushed release schedule. At the time, Marvel was like, hey, like, go. We got to get these fucking things out. Like, we've made too much stuff. People are turning on us. Oversaturation, all that stuff. We got to get these things out the door. But yeah, 10 episodes in and out. And I got to say, I love this show. This is a good alternate take on the MCU Spider-Man that at times feels more like the Marvel Universe than the MCU counterpart. Like, for instance, I love his intern team within Oscorp. It just makes the world feel so big. Viewpoints from Wakanda, viewpoints from Hulk's world, from the street level world. It just makes it feel more rich. The animation has been a source of contention for some, but I loved it. It feels fluid, the fights pack weight. I love the designs of the characters by Leonardo Romero. There's an intentional throwback feel to Steve Ditko's early designs, and I love how Peter continually wears his glasses throughout. Usually he tosses them after the spider bite, but I'm glad they decided to keep them on him in this version. It just makes this version feel a bit more fresh, make this version feel like it has a little bit more authorship. There's also been some contention about the removal of Spider-Man's cast. Where's Flash? Where's MJ? And to that, I gotta disagree. I like that Jeff Trammell and co. decided to switch things up with Peter's cast and provide different perspectives on new ones, like Harry Osborn, who in this story is an influencer who gets webbed up into the spider life, as dude in the chair by his father, and becomes one of Peter's friends because he's in desperate need of real ones.
Peter is actually the first friend I've had in a while that wasn't trying to use me for money or likes.
I also love that the show plays up the awkwardness of trying to combine two different friend groups.
If Peter plus Nico equals friendship, and Peter plus Harry also equals friendship, then theoretically, Nico plus Harry should equal friendship too.
Yeah, Pete, bud, that doesn't always work. I also like that Peter isn't bullied in this version. He has a lot of the hallmarks of a Peter Parker. He's awkward, chronically late, bad luck, except for being bullied. Which I don't mind. He's an outsider, but no one is actively after him. The ensemble that they have here is great. Friendships are tested, broken, reformed. It's entertaining and heartfelt all the way through. This New York feels alive and diverse. I can't wait to see more of it in seasons to come. Shining the main light on our leading webhead here, Peter is great in this. His integrity, his warmth, his comedy.
Guys, I know. Getting paid in pizza to help someone move never feels like enough, but this feels like an overreaction.
The fact that this is a guy who wants to do the right thing, they nail this version of Peter. Especially loved his empathy in the first few episodes.
Mr. Pizza Guy, sir, it's ultimately up to you, but she was just down on her luck. I don't know. Maybe let her go just this once?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You made a mistake. Just please don't make me regret this.
That right there, that's a superhero. I love the friendly neighborhood suit. I wish it had stuck around longer than 2 episodes. I love me a homemade costume, man. That being said, Peter, are you always carrying around a CO2 tank? That seems kind of dangerous.
Our model is...
Wait, don't start yet!
Peter gets a slew of suits in this and runs through all of them in a fun dress rehearsal episode. This scene had me in stitches.
Huh? Honey, wait up. Balloon, come back!
Here's your balloon. Oh, no, hey, no, I'm not scary. I'm your friendly neighborhood flying spider.
Hey! That freak scared my daughter! Get him!
He eventually settles on 2, one being the black and white Future Foundation suit from Peter's Fantastic Four days. While it's cool to see the suit in action off page, I do wish they had given Spider-Man something more unique to Oscorp in this universe, like something we may see the Goblin in one day. Something more tactical. I mean, the suit is tactical, it's just... Look, this is a Fantastic Four suit. The first time we see him in this should be with the Fantastic Four. Imagine if the first time we saw Spider-Man and Daredevil together in costume was on, like, a Disney Plus show.
Stop right there.
Don't mind me.
Oh. That little bit there wasn't to denigrate animation or television. A lot of revolutionary stuff happens on the small screen, this being one of them. This interaction was fantastic. The use of Daredevil in this show is phenomenal and does a great job hinting at a larger conspiracy involving Osborn elsewhere. But rewatching this and having recently finished Daredevil Born Again, I just couldn't shake the question of why isn't this a priority for the studio to see these two on the big screen? People want to see these guys hang out. They're all under the same roof. Why are we waiting? But hey, maybe it's a legal thing. I don't know.
I'd done Betrayal with Tom, 2019. The show was cancelled 2018. 2019 we did Betrayal. Kevin Feige comes to see the play because he's working with Tom and knows Tom very well. I didn't have a relationship with Kevin because he wasn't involved in the Netflix show. And when I went to go and say hello to him afterwards, he didn't mention it. So I thought, I literally said to my wife, like, I don't think he realized it was me. What I later found out when he did call me was that legally he wasn't allowed to speak to me about it.
Wow.
Because there was a 2-year embargo. Yeah.
Anyways, I think it would have been cool to see Peter in the armored spider suit during his tenure with Oscorp, especially the armor suit being like a lack of color. It's very gray, it's very sterile. And then, he's wearing that gray suit, and then he eventually leads to his bright, colorful red and blue. Before we get to some of my negatives of the show, I want to quickly swing through a couple more of my positives. I love how self-absorbed Norman is. This version is well-intentioned. There's a human being in there, but he's still Norman Osborn. He is going to do some crooked shit. It is really cool to see Norman Osborn respond to events within the MCU. I want to see more of that. Like, are we doing the snap? Like, what else are we going to get to see from the ground? This show does a we even get to see the Sokovia Accords from the ground, from the citizens' point of view. Peter doesn't join the fight in this universe, so we get to see the Accords play out through the eyes of just normal people. We get to see their viewpoints on the conflict.
But all that Accord stuff they're fighting about, would that apply to me, too?
I will handle it. That's what I'm here for.
I've never been a Tony Stark fan.
Right.
But I can't say Captain America is totally in the right either.
Yeah.
I don't think the MCU always succeeds at that, so it was really nice to see that done well here in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Love the unicorn fight. All the fights in this show are good. One is surprisingly brutal. This show gets real for a couple seconds out of nowhere.
I brought a knife to a gunfight.
But the unicorn fight is my favorite. I like seeing Spider-Man fight costume maniacs in the streets of New York. That's all I want. And it kind of seems like we're getting that in Brand New Day. There's a lot of costume heroes, and it seems like we're getting like a recreation of the Scorpion fight from Your Friendly Neighborhood, but at night. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm glad Michael Mando is coming back. I'm very, very excited for Brand New Day. Okay, now for some issues that I have with the Disney Plus Spider-Man show that takes place in a mildly friendly neighborhood. I kind of wish I knew a little more about why Peter wanted to be Spider-Man. He got bitten after Uncle Ben's death, so what was the incident that made you want to don the webs? It couldn't have just been the high school incident, right? Spider-Man is a character built out of guilt and responsibility, regardless of what some people say. So what made him want to be responsible? Or could it have just been the spider bite and living in a world full of superheroes? If you were to live in a world where Captain America exists and you got powers, you would want to be like Captain America, right? Unless you have bad role models, because there's definitely someone out there that probably wants to be like the Red Skull. The insistence on Spider-Man needing a tech team is also still a little annoying to me. I know it's old hat, but dude, you're like especially within this universe, like, in the MCU as well, like, Peter, you're a smart kid, you're a genius, like, you have all these, you have the means to, like, do what you need to do to make your own shit. I like Spider-Man growing and figuring out his own tech. The web shooters themselves are this brilliant invention just from a kid in Queens. I like that. I like him having his own priority stuff. That doesn't mean that I mind, if I knew Mr. Fantastic, or if I knew Tony Stark and I had powers, if I was Spider-Man and I knew these people, I would definitely ask hey, I have this suit here, could you make it give me a Kevlar mix or something, or I want to enhance my lenses or whatever. That type of stuff is fine. I just wish there was just more of a balance between Spider-Man making his own stuff and taking from others. I just wish there was a better mix, and hopefully we'll see that going down the line in future seasons. Though I do love the twist on this line, though, which wouldn't have come out of which wouldn't have been birthed if Spider-Man didn't have a dude in the chair.
He can be your
dude at the desk.
Not how I would have put it, but sure.
Venom. I love this take on Venom, but yo, I do not need to see another black suit story. Spider-Man 2, not that one, not that one, not that one, that one. Yeah, that one was my limit. If you're going to do Venom, please find an interesting host that is not Peter. I am sick and tired of it. I don't care anymore. I don't care to see Peter's angry. Oh my god, what's going on with Peter? Oh no, Peter's out of control. Then he climbs to the top of a bell tower and hits the bell, and then he gets all the fucking. I'm wearing a Venom shirt, by the way. This is ironic, but like, and he hits the bell, and then like he goes blah, and then it's just like, oh no, the suit falls off of him, and then it goes on someone else, and that person's also mad, and it's like, yeah. So, but it's just like, I'm tired, man. I don't need to see it anymore. Can we just like skip over Peter being angry and all that stuff? Just like, I'm done. I'm tired. I get it. Please find another host. Matt Gargan is in this show, and Matt Gargan is also in Brand New Day. Make Matt Gargan the host for Venom. I think that'd be really cool. Even in Brand New Day, if they have to do the whole entire Peter has like a split personality and all that shit. Like if you want to do that, maybe lean more into the Man-Spider thing. Maybe the Man-Spider thing is making him more vicious and aggro and angry and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I'm just like, is anyone else just like, I'm just like, I get it. I just like with a Spider-Man suit with a black, like, and even I mean, if he is in Secret Wars, I know like it would be insane to resist. It also depends on what version of Secret Wars they do, but it would be insane to resist like not putting Tom Holland in the black suit. Like there's concept art out there about it for past movies, like I think Infinity War or something, but Infinity War and Brand New Day, or no. Which one? No Way Home. No Way Home. But yeah, I mean, but it's just like, I really just like, and unless the powers that be at Marvel Studios, the screenwriters that have written the last Spider-Man movies, I cannot remember their names, I'm sorry, but unless they have a really, really cool take on it, sure, dive in. But like, if you don't have a new spin on it, please skip it. Like, I'm tired. I get it, man. I get it. Anyway. Make Matt Gargan I almost said the Venom. Make him the Venom. You want to go see the Star Wars?
Some money, go see a Star War.
But yeah, make Matt Gargan Venom. I think making Matt Gargan Venom would be just way more interesting. And also, it's not Eddie Brock. He's psychotic, especially in this version of in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This guy's fucking maniac. He almost lines up with he's more in line with like Cletus Cassidy, Carnage. So it's just like make him Venom, and like his if we get Carnage in another Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, his offspring would be even more insane. So it's just like in like Matt Gargan and Venom team. I don't know, but like that would be more interesting to me than just doing another one of that. I did not expect to go that long on that. This was not that long in the script. I don't want to see the Black Suit Saga anymore, guys. It's old hat for me. But yeah, Matt Gargan, Venom, please, let's do it. Little Venom rant took something out of me. Jesus Christ. And last but not least, Lonnie Lincoln. Lonnie Lincoln being Peter's friend turned spider enemy is an interesting twist that I was on board with in the opening episodes. The scene of him walking away from school, being profiled, the family not wanting to share a seat with him, I felt all that. I resonated with it. I've been there. That was a beautiful thing to see within an animated show. So it was very nice to see that depiction of what it is like to walk down the streets. His wanting to protect his brother and being forced to choose between his future prospects was a great choice. It is a great struggle to a point. I don't think they really land the plane on that one. I wanted to see more struggle with that choice. You're leaving all of it behind. A normal life, potential love, friendship, and honesty with your family. For what? Yes, you made this choice for your brother, but was it for him or was it ultimately for you? Were you always looking for an out? And I understand like the pressure Lonnie feels about trying to take care of his family, trying to put on, he's trying to take care of his family. He's trying to be, the best of the best. He's trying to get the best grades. He's a quarterback. He has all this pressure, but you have all that pressure, but you're also taking on the pressure at the end of the story of leading a gang. Like you went from quarterback for a football team to quarterback for a gang that, could lead into way more dire straits. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I just don't think that he's Lonnie Lincoln. In the comic books, he's Tombstone. Tombstone is a bad guy. But I just wish they paved the road a little better to get him to that. And I wish more people kind of confronted him on what was going on. Because it's like his family doesn't know. His brother tried to calls him out for it. But it's also just kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like just like the thing that the catalyst for all this was him. His brother was there. One of them are walking out of the room, or none of them are walking out of the room. It had to be a switch. If you want your brother out of the 1/10 gang, he has to leave. You have to stay in his place, and he has to leave, and we own you now. But I just wish there was just more pressure on that, and even people just kind of like calling Lonnie on what's going on, just being, hey, do you actually want this? Because he falls very quickly into the Tombstone persona, at least this show's version, the Tombstone persona of what the show is presenting. So I just wish there was a little more, just felt a little cleaner. Because I like Lonnie. I like this version of Lonnie. But yeah, just some of his, and I like the scenes that he's in. I like the voice actor, all that stuff. But yeah, I just wish his arc was a little less muddled. Because even at the end of it all, I guess to like provide shield for what he's doing from his family, like he still signs up for the Web initiative. And I can't remember if Pearl's in it too. Is Pearl in it? I don't know. If Pearl's in it, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, he signs up for the Web initiative that Harry launches at the end of this all. So it's just like, you're still like, you're gonna be leading a gang, and also part of that. So it's like, Lonnie, where do you lie? Like, what's going on? But it's just one of those things where it's just like, if you're going to do the Tombstone thing, pick a lane. Like, do you want him to be a bad guy? Do you want him to be? Is this going to be a good version of Tombstone? Is this going to be a bad version of Tombstone? We will see. But yeah, I just wish they kind of just picked a lane with that. It is going to be very interesting to see what the relationship between Spider-Man and Tombstone is going to be going forward. Will he be an ally for Spider-Man within the underworld, or will he be a villain? What is the 1/10 going to look like under his leadership? Is it going to be criminals? Is it going to be crusaders? Are they going to be baby bottle salesmen? Who knows? But we'll see. Maybe heroes for hire. I don't know. Maybe they can bring a young Luke Cage and a Danny Rand along. Maybe we could see younger versions of Jessica Jones. Just like that. I think that. Well, no, actually we couldn't. Because sorry, never mind. That won't work. This takes place. It's tilted. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. We shall see. Also, Big Don is a fucking bastard. What a pathetic drip of a human being. I just fucking hate that fucking guy. It's just like, hey, I'm just big burly man, and I'm just gonna take a bunch of fucking kids and turn them into my own little soldiers to fight my own little fake ass war. Fuck you, you pathetic little shit. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah, that also took up a lot of time. This is a very long-winded episode. I usually try to stick to the scripts on these, but yeah, this has been it's been a long-winded one. Well, we're at the end, guys. But we're at the end. Sorry about that. This has been a very long-winded episode. I've been going off the script quite a bit on this, but yeah, I just have a lot of things to say apparently about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But besides all that, besides my negatives, I think this is a really solid series. With X-Men 97 and this, maybe we're moving into the realm of alternate takes on Marvel characters that don't have to directly be tied into the MCU. I'd love to see a Hulk show set within the Friendly Neighborhood universe, an alternate take that follows him after the events of the Incredible Hulk, either leading up to the Avengers or diverging down a path where we see the reason, where he's the reason why they assembled. There was originally an idea when they were developing the Incredible Hulk and in the Avengers that Hulk would be the one that kind of brings them together, that Hulk would play a villainous role, I think temporarily. They might have switched that up, but I think it was either like a temporary role or an overarching villain role that Hulk, because in the comic books, the reason the Avengers assemble is Loki takes over Hulk's mind and he goes on a rampage. Then, you know, Hulk gets out of it and Hulk's just like, that motherfucker over there, he did that. And then they go beat him up. They go beat him up. So, yeah, I think that would have been cool. Like, you know, the reason that, you know, he smiles at the end of the Incredible Hulk, he can go one or two ways, villain or hero. Louis Leterrier, the director, he said that in the commentary. So, yeah, it will be yeah, I think that'd be cool to play with that. And I think Hulk is in desperate need of something solo. You know, people want to see. I don't mind Professor Hulk. I don't mind Smart Hulk, but there is a cry out there for people who want to see, you know, the Savage Hulk again. People who want to see Hulk just like rip stuff up. And if they can't use that version in the movies, give him somewhere else to shine. And I think the small screen would be a perfect place for that. Especially animated. Imagine an Incredible Hulk show where we're following him before the Avengers. He's on the run. Ross is throwing gamma-powered villains at him, or you know, different type of tech at him. Rick Jones is there. Betty is trying to get him. Maybe we have Justin Hammer come back. You know, Justin Hammer, he has a contract with Hammer Industries before. Well, Iron Man 2 and Incredible Hulk take place at the same time. But maybe within the Friendly Neighborhood maybe within the Friendly Neighborhood universe, Ross gets Hammer to work for him within this universe, and he starts creating weapons to stop the Hulk. You could use Talbot. Betty could be trying to find him. Maybe he even gets arrested in the series, and his cousin comes to rescue within court. And you know, down the line, she also gets gamer powers. If She-Hulk is too expensive to bring back within Disney Plus, put her in animated form. I miss that character. I think Tatiana Maslany did a fantastic job. I really love that show. Tatiana Maslany also, she does voice work, so you know, bring her in. Bruce Banner also got cast as a cat recently for Pixar, so like bring him in. Like, I'm not Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, I just think like Hulk would be a perfect candidate for an animated show. All in all, I really enjoy Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I look forward to more. I got to see the trailer for the second season at New York Comic Con, and it looked good. Spider-Gwen is there for some reason, but it looked good. I don't mind Spider-Gwen, by the way. It's just Peter-led projects are starting to copy a lot of Miles' homework. So that was my review of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. What did you think of the show? Are you looking forward to more? Please let me know in the comments below. And a humongous thank you to everyone who watched, liked, and subscribed to my channel recently. Thank you very, very much. My video on the Invincible Iron Man did incredibly well, and I am just so incredibly thankful for all of you for watching it. I made that video because I wanted to talk about that animated movie. I want to talk about how weird it is, how unique it is, how strange it is, how bad it is. But like, it's just, it's a cool work, and I just really wanted to talk about it. And I'm just glad it struck a chord with a lot of you. You know, I'm really thankful for everyone who left kind comments, everyone who liked the video, people who subscribed. Man, it was just really cool. It's the highest viewed video yet, and I'm just really, really thankful for everyone. I started this channel because, you know, I just wanted to talk about comic books, and also, I passed 100 subscribers. That was also cool. I started this channel because I just wanted to talk about comic books, and because I think right now it's just like we're having a really fantastic renaissance when it comes to comic book writers and artists. All those creators are just, I think everyone's just at their best game right now. With the Absolute Universe, the Ultimate Universe, stuff that Image is doing, the Power Fantasy. If you haven't read the Power Fantasy, read the Power Fantasy. We're taking everything down. We're taking everyone down with us. There's just a lot of great works now, and also great works from the past that I've just been dying to talk about. And I have the opportunity now, to have the opportunity, and also just making the time to talk about that stuff, because a comic book YouTube channel is something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm just glad to do it. I'm glad people are showing up. I'm glad people are watching, and I just immensely appreciate it. I really, really do. It's just really cool to see, you know, whether it be 300 or 3,000. Like, it's really cool to see that people are watching this stuff and are connecting with it. So thank you very much for subscribing. And I truly hope, you know, that everything and anything that I do from here on out is up to par with that, and if not, I promise to do better so I can get there. Once again, thank you very much for anyone who's watched, liked, subscribed. Thank you very much. If you want to check out more videos on Sophie Campbell's Supergirl, Absolute Green Lantern, West Coast Avengers, the new Ultimate Universe, the Mummy franchise, and of course the Invincible Iron Man. Speaking of the Ultimate Universe, The Ultimates by Dennis Camp and Juan Figueri. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry, Juan, if I didn't. But that is wrapping up very soon. The last issue comes out next month, and I'll be discussing the entirety of the series in June. And then after that, I will be discussing Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez's Batman, their relaunch. It will be reaching 10 issues in June, so I want to talk about that. I think that Batman really does appeal to me, and I want to talk about why. And, there's different versions of Batman and why that one really just hits a chord with me. And then after that, we'll be discussing, I might squeeze in some Supergirl stuff since the movie will be releasing. I definitely want to do a review for the movie. And then also I might want to talk about another Supergirl series that I think is a little slept on. And I might also be returning to talk a little bit more about Sophie Campbell's run as well. So June will be a little packed. It might be maybe weekly. We'll see if I have the time to do that. But yeah, those are just some of the stuff that's coming down the line when it comes to this channel. So thank you. Thank you everyone. Seriously, thank you everyone. Thank you for getting me past 100. Thank you for watching the Invincible Iron Man. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for watching Supergirl, West Coast, all that stuff. Just thank you very much for showing up and watching these videos. And with all that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.